We'd rather die on our feet than live on our knees.
There is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance.
To peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Here I stand. I can do no other. God help me.
And welcome, here we are again to Opposing Views. So we've got a good debate on tonight. I don't know if you call it a debate or a discussion, but we've got Tasman from... Welcome, brother.
How you going?
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about Michael. Who is Michael? Is he an archangel, an angel, or is he God? Or is he Jesus Christ? So, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a discussion on that. So why don't we begin, brother? And I'd just like to start with...
Okay.
Well, you got something would you like to start?
No. We'll go by verse, and you just read the first verse that you got there, and we'll see how we go.
All right, no worries. So the verse I want to talk about is it's found in, I think it's 2 Peter. One second. You know the one? Did you do any homework on this, or did you just let me do it all?
Yeah, I'll let you do it all. Go on.
Well, I wanted to get to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, but it doesn't specifically mention Michael, but it mentions the archangel. But let's look at it anyway.
All right, good. Yep.
So 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, and it says in verse 16, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first." So the Bible here says the Lord himself shall descend with the voice of the archangel. So it's generally we know it's SDA understanding that Jesus is Michael, but I can't really prove that, to be honest. From the Bible, I can't prove it perfectly. But what I can say is that here, the voice of the archangel is associated with Jesus coming from heaven. And then we turn to John.
Yeah.
John chapter 5.
But, do you know? Just hold on.
Yeah.
Can we discuss the verses?
Of course.
Okay. Heaven with a shout, comma. I mean, English is your first language, is it not? It's not mine, but it's your first language. So
one of my first languages.
With the voice of an archangel.
Yeah.
So that's another sentence within a sentence. I don't know if that's how you say it. It's a comma, and then another is saying something else there. So how do we know that is not an angel having a voice? Saying something.
Perfectly good question, because Jesus could come down and the angel could shout or could give the voice. Exactly. That could happen. But that's why I was going to John chapter 5, just to show why I think that's Christ's voice, Jesus' voice.
John 5.
Yeah, John chapter 5.
All right, go.
And verse 28 and 29.
King James Version.
So in 1 Thessalonians we talk about the Lord himself shall descend with a voice, with a shout of the trumpet, with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel and the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise. That's what it says.
Yep. Verse 5, wasn't it?
John chapter 5, verse
yes.
28.
28, thanks.
Yeah. So now this is
right.
So we have in 1 Thessalonians 4 we have Jesus, a voice, and the resurrection of the dead. And in verse...
John, sorry for interrupting. John, just John. What did you say, John?
Yeah, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, chapter 5.
Yeah, got it.
Verse 28. And it starts with, "Marvel not at this."
All right, got it. Yep.
Okay. The verse says, "Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming in the which all that are in the graves shall hear his voice, and shall come forth, they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation." So the voice of Jesus Christ raises the dead.
All right. So can I just say this? That how do we know that at the same time as the archangel is making his voice a call, that Jesus is not speaking to?
So you're saying the archangel could give his voice, and Jesus could give his voice?
I'm saying that how do we know that the archangel is bringing out a sound.
Yeah. The voice, with a
cry,
voice.
and
Yep.
with a voice, a cry,
Yep.
and then Jesus is speaking at the same time.
Well, it's quite
Do
possible.
we know that?
It's quite possible. Absolutely.
I mean, I can really, debate could be easily won. Where in the Bible does it say that Michael, the archangel, is Jesus?
It doesn't.
There you go.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But it doesn't say he's not either.
It doesn't say he's not neither, but to prove something, we have to have two witnesses, according to the Bible.
Yeah, well...
So we've got no witnesses at all. At all, no witnesses. Nowhere does it say that Michael is the
yeah, sure.
so that
That's what I
Jesus
said.
is the archangel.
That's what I said before. I can't prove it to you without a doubt. All I can show you is why it's possible.
Do you know what an angel is in the first place? What is an angel in the Greek term?
It's a messenger of God.
That's right.
Yeah.
You could be a messenger.
Yeah. Jesus
could be a messenger.
Jesus can be a messenger.
Jesus could be a messenger.
That's true.
So it's just a messenger.
Yeah.
It means just a messenger.
I just want to give
So,
one.
I mean, go on.
Just want to give one more verse to this series,
Yeah. Yep.
and it's found in Jude, verse 9.
Yep.
So all this
Yep,
is all
got it.
about the association between Michael and the resurrection. So we had 1 Thessalonians 4, the voice of the archangel and the resurrection of the dead. We had John chapter 5, Jesus and the resurrection of the dead with the sound of his voice. And Jude chapter 9, look at this. Yet Michael, the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, durst not bring an railing accusation, but said, the Lord rebuke thee. So Michael, the archangel, was disputing with the devil about the body of Moses. And we know that Moses was resurrected. So I can't prove it, but I can say it's possible that in this situation, Michael was resurrecting Moses.
Okay, can I just well, no, you can't put this. No, hey, you're putting things there that are not there at all.
Well,
at all.
It's not that they're not there,
all.
but because it is
Not
here.
there.
No, he's disputing with the devil about the body of Moses. So
He's disputing about the body of Moses. First
Yeah.
of all, let's take it slowly.
okay,
He's disputing about the body of Moses.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So, according to you, Jesus is disputing about the body of Moses. Jesus doesn't dispute about nothing. He's Jesus.
that's true. That's true.
So somebody is equal than the devil. Is equal.
No, it's not equal.
Yeah, this
It's not
person-
equal. Don't.
He's disputing. He's having an argument about the body of Moses.
Okay, think of
Right? So he is Jesus is he is more powerful. Didn't he create everything
yeah,
through God?
yeah, sure,
The Father?
yeah,
Right, so he created the angels. So the messengers.
Yeah.
So if he created the messengers, why would he have to dispute or have an argument or have any kind of any discussion? He could have just taken the body and walked away.
Well, I just like to just put it from that verse here, that Jesus wasn't disputing. The
So he says here.
the devil was disputing. Yet Michael the archangel, when contending with the devil, so that the devil and Jesus had a contention, and he disputed.
Listen, it doesn't really matter who. Let's phrase it the way you're phrasing it.
Yeah,
Even if the devil did that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
There wouldn't have, that sentence wouldn't even have to be in the Bible if it was Jesus.
I think-
He would have just went and taken. He would have just hold on. He would have just went and taken the.
Yeah,
He would have went,
yeah,
taken
but
the-
what about Job? What about Job? When God was happy with Job, and then Satan came along and says, and he started contending with God about Job.
He allowed him to do that. He allowed him.
Yeah, and I'm saying here
allowed-
that
he actually
Jesus,
told-
Jesus allowed
He allowed
Satan
him.
to have his say.
It doesn't say that.
Well, I'm not. It doesn't say that. Now again, I'm saying I'm not. Can't prove it to you.
Say it here.
I can't prove it to you, but
in Job, it says he allows him to do it.
no. I'm not talking about what Satan did. I'm talking about what Satan said in Job. Satan came up to God.
He allowed him to do it, but
Yeah,
he said he went. He had a talk to God, and then God allowed him. There's no allowance here. There's nothing. There's no discussion at all. There's nothing.
Well, it doesn't say it, but there is. It doesn't say it, but there is. I get what you mean.
No, there's no. Just you're putting things there that are not there.
No, I know. It's more like inference. It's not. It's like I said, I can't prove it, but it's inference. It's interpretation.
You can't prove it, that's right.
So look at this.
That's right.
Look at this. In Job, chapter 1, verse 8, from verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also come among them. So Satan inserted himself in the presence of God.
Yeah.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan said unto the Lord, From going to and fro in the earth, from walking up and down on it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord. He answered the Lord and said, Doth Job fear God for naught? Have you not made a hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he has on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of the hands, and his substances is increased in land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he has, and he will curse thee to thy face. So this is Satan disputing with God.
He's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yes.
And I got to read. I have to read it in Greek first of all.
It's in Hebrew,
and then
though.
I'll get. Yeah, well, but I would have to read it. Yeah, but then they translated it into Greek, so I would have to read it in Greek.
Right.
And I would,
Right.
Yeah. So I would before they translated it to English, they translated it into Greek. So I would have to read it, and then I haven't read that. So, but to me, no, I don't. I would have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah, but in the same way, I'm like I've said it all this time.
He allowed him. He still he had. Yeah.
I can't prove to you that Jesus is Michael from the Bible alone. I can't do it. All I can do is show you why I think it's possible, or why the Bible allows it to be that interpretation. So, for instance, I can't say that Michael is resurrecting the body of Moses, but I can say it's possible that Jesus was resurrecting the body of Moses, and Satan came up and he said, "You can't resurrect the body of Moses. He's a man and a sinner. How can you do that?" So I'm just... That's not in the Bible, but I'm saying it's possible that could have happened.
We got to work on what's in the Bible, not what's outside the Bible, what's around about the Bible, what your doctrine tells you.
But if that's the case, brother, if that's the case, then we don't know anything about Michael. We don't know if he's on the level with Gabriel. We don't know if he's the...
That's
we know
exactly
nothing.
right. We don't.
But we are allowed to infer. We can infer things. Not saying that we're preaching it or teaching it necessarily.
No, but you are now. But what you can. You're speculating.
Yeah, it's a bit of
right
speculation.
word?
Well, I don't know if speculation is the right word.
You're speculating.
No, because speculation.
You're right, but
speculation doesn't.
You're guessing. You are leading towards a way, and the way you're leading is to Jesus Christ.
Yes.
You're not leading to somebody, a person.
Yes, always lead to Jesus. Now, I just wanted to ask
you. If you're leading to a person, I wouldn't be so angry about this. But you're leading to Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to say to you why I believe this. Not necessarily that you have to believe it. I'm just showing you that it's plausible that I can believe this.
But you can twist and turn anything from
you
the
can.
Bible.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just giving you the reasons.
Your doctrine has done that clearly here.
I'm just giving you the reasons why it's appropriate in this case. Now, look, turn with me to Revelation chapter 12.
Naturally.
Yeah, don't forget you're live, eh? Revelation chapter 12. Come with me, brother.
Go on. Where are we?
Revelation chapter 12 and verse
Did I put
7.
that down? I thought, oh, here we go.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 7.
Oh, this is going to be interesting, this one. I enjoy this one.
We haven't finished yet because I'm just trying to build a picture, brother. I'm not going to take one verse and say this is the ultimate
go on.
verse. We've got to build a picture.
There's nothing. Go on.
Okay, are you there? Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. It says, there's war in heaven.
All right.
You can read it in Greek if you want. There was war in heaven.
You go. I've read this before. I've got
All
this
right.
written down already.
All right, I'm just going to read it. There was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. So, whoever Michael is,
Yep.
he is the head of the angels in this case.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And there was a war in heaven, and the two opposing sides were Michael and the devil.
All right. Can we step aside outside the Bible for a particular reason?
Tell me.
To your prophet, to your actual prophet.
Yeah.
That you and we can go to the different orders of angels, their nature and ministry
All right.
by Alan G. White.
All right.
Now, if the angels are, and you go, I should have posted this link to you because your English is way better than mine. Now, if the angels are marshaled in armies and are subject to a chief commander, it is necessarily implied that they are also subordinated commanders and captains and small divisions. So we often read in
So
the
what was that?
Bible
Now if the angels are marshaled.
marshaled in armies, they are subject to chief commanders. It is necessarily applied to they also subordinated commanders and captains and small divisions. So basically what she's saying, that's just a part of it, she's saying that there is, like the army, let's go.
Let me try and find this quote first. I can't find this quote. Can we get?
It's a ATNM 223.1.
Say that again.
know what that means.
80 what?
ATNM 23.1.
Okay.
The different orders of angels. And she's basically, to me, what she's basically saying, there is, just like the army, they're showing, because I live in Australia now, they obviously have captains, colonels,
Yeah.
and so there's also generals and so forth.
Yes.
So is there one general?
Sorry.
Is there only one general?
Well, I don't know.
army.
I don't know.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know the names of the ranks of the angels in heaven.
No, but I'm just saying, there's not one. There's not only in Earth, on Earth, it mimics a little bit what's happening in heaven. Is there only one general in Australia?
No.
There's a couple generals.
Yeah, there's multiple generals.
Alright.
Let's do the United States
Alright,
because
so-
everyone knows the structure of the United States.
All right, so the same will apply there. There will be multiple generals there, right?
Yes.
So if that's the case, then I would say there's multiple generals in heaven,
Yeah, I believe that.
and Michael is one of them.
Well, that's your position.
No, and I can prove it. And I can prove it by your actual.
Hang on, before. Yeah, okay,
prophet.
by the Spirit of prophet.
The prophet.
So you can't prove it from the Bible though.
Yeah, but is something you believe in.
Okay, so let me
so
just expand on this quote that you just mentioned,
Yeah.
and just let me look first, because I got to make sure this book is
It's Alan G. White writings.
Are you sure it's Alan G. White?
It's in it's Alan G. White writings, and all you have to do is write down angels. And all I did was write angels.
Because I've got under
to
here,
find
it's under the writings of Joseph Harvey Wagner.
No, it's go on. Well, it's in her writings. It's in her under AlanGWhiteWritings.org.
Okay, now I'm not disputing that she wrote this. I'm not disputing that, because I actually agree with everything that's written in here. But just let me do one more
Of course,
check.
you have to agree. You have to agree with everything.
Well, I don't have to agree if it's not written by Alan White. And
well, it is. It happens to be in.
Well, I don't know that.
It's
I don't
in-
see that, because it's in the E.G. White writings, but it's under the Pioneer writings.
Yeah. Well, the point is, it's under her ministry.
I'm not sure if this is her writings, but anyway, let me just point out from this quote. This is what she just read. Now, if the angels are marshaled in armies and are subject to a chief commander, it is necessarily implied that there are also subordinate commanders and captains of smaller divisions. And you keep on reading,
That's right.
and you go. We may further conclude that each company is subject to its commander. That's what you're saying, like generals, and he to one higher,
exactly.
till we reach the commander-in-chief, the Son of God.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
the highest commander is the Son of God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but I've got a point to this. I have a point.
All right.
And this is my point. And my point is, if you look at, wait a minute. Let me get to it. Sorry. All right. So if you look at it, Alan G. White also mentions in Maranatha, page 329.4. which sits upon the throne and onto the Lamb and the angelic host, angels and archangels, covering cherub and glorious seraph,
Yeah.
echo back and refrain of the joyous trumpet sound, saying. So I'm just saying to you, there's a couple paragraphs here that she mentions archangels a couple of times.
Like a multiple, you're saying? Like multiple archangels.
There's multiple archangels.
Right. Right.
So just like generals, there's multiple archangels.
Okay, now my
if that's the-
reply to that, let me reply to that. In the quote you just read before that,
You knew I was going to discuss. You knew I was going to discuss this, didn't you?
and the quote just before that, it says there's multiple commanders.
Yeah.
But
There's multiple commanders.
there's a leading commander also, the commander-in-chief. So there's multiple
Yeah,
commanders,
but
but there's also the commander that are under all. And I'm saying there's multiple archangels, but there's one archangel over them all.
But in the difference between the army, there is a difference. That's the difference between the angels and army. The angels are governed by God,
By Jesus.
by Jesus,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
that's the difference. Where the angel with the army they're governed by the government.
Which is the general, the leading, the president of the United States is the commander-in-chief.
That's right. See. So that's what's happened. So that's what I'm saying. See how the commander or chief is different than the generals.
Well, in this
so you just
context, the
you
commander
just-
is the head commander of all the other commanders. From the quote you just gave before that.
You just walked into that.
Well, I think the viewers will find it interesting anyway. That not many would have seen that quote where there are multiple archangels. But I'm going to stand by what I said, that there are multiple archangels, but there's only one archangel that's the chief of them all.
No, they're not. It's not. That's not correct.
Why is it not correct?
That is not correct.
Why is it not correct?
Because the archangels are archangels. They're all chiefs. They're all chiefs.
Well, that's your speculation that there's no ranking within the
But
archangels.
they're all the named. Well, look, archangels were made. Was Jesus made? Are you a Jehovah's Witness?
Okay, let's if you want to go down that road. Let's talk about
Wait. I've got more. I want to point out something.
All right.
Another thing.
Well, no, wait. This is important. Before we leave, this is important.
Go on.
I was going to search for on my phone here.
There's people calling you, telling you to turn this guy off.
Oh no, this is why they come, brother. This is what they want to see. Okay, so Genesis.
Oh, here we go. We're going to go to Genesis now. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Hang on. Now,
So isn't Alan G. White said there were commanders and chief commanders?
well, you said that was Alan G. White, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I would agree with that. There are commanders, and there's a chief. There's a commander in chief. So he's still a commander, but he's the chief commander.
She's also said there's angels and archangels.
Yes, I believe that.
Couple of times here.
I'm with you on that.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Why is that interesting?
Well, there is only one Jesus. There's not a couple of Jesuses,
Yeah.
and yet you're aligning him with the rest of the angels that were made.
Yeah, well,
Happen to
yeah.
be chiefs.
Yeah, but he's the chief of them all.
He happens to be, but that's because he's the Son of God.
Okay, look.
He's the commander. He's the commander. He's like who's the commander of America now? What's his name again? That guy that kind of put two words together.
Barack Obama.
Biden. No, the Biden.
Yeah, no, but
Biden,
Barack
isn't it?
Obama's like behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we agree on that. We agree on that one.
I'm trying to find this verse. It's really difficult for me. Wait 1 second. There's where hang on, wait 1 second.
There was a very. I want to point out something about. Is it in the nature? You got to keep on talking. That,
Oh no, don't worry.
I'm winning the.
That's right. I'm trying to find the one when it talks about how Jacob wrestled with the angel and he prevailed. Just 1 second.
That was he because look, if you read the Bible, you'll see that the angels are more powerful than how many? I can't remember how many people they could destroy at once.
You
remember how many?
Yeah,
people?
like 153,000 or something like that. 150. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that was obviously play fighting.
Now look. I've got the quote
Wrestling.
here.
Let's call it wrestling.
Wrestling. The Lord has a controversy with Judah and will punish Jacob according to his ways, according to his doings. He will recompense him. He took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with God. This is Jacob, he took the heel of Esau in the womb, came out second.
Yeah.
Yea, he had power over the angel, and prevailed, and he wept, and he made supplication, and he found him in Bethel, and he spoke with us, even the Lord God of hosts. So the Bible says here that he had power over the angel who he wrestled with. And you know who that angel was? Eh?
Well, don't speculate.
I'm not. I'm saying that's what it says. It says he had power over the angel.
What verse? Where are you?
Hosea chapter 12 and verses 3 and 4.
So,
Or 2 to 4, really.
chapter, which chapter?
Hosea chapter 12. This is
12, yeah.
This isn't even the best one. I just chose what's first in my mind. But Hosea chapter 12, verse
Hosea.
2, 3, and 4. But mainly verse 4.
Hosea.
Hosea comes after Daniel.
Hosea.
Yeah.
Oh, it's after Daniel, is it? Well, because I don't read the English. Oh, yeah, there you are. All right.
Hosea chapter 12
Yeah, I'm getting there.
and verse 4.
All right. So, yeah, tell an angel and prevail, and he wept and found him in.
So you know when that had happened, right? When Jacob
Yeah.
wrestled with the angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we look in where I was just before, in Genesis,
Mm.
let me just go back there. Genesis chapter 30, what was it? 32, verse 25. And he saw that he prevailed not against him. He touched the hollow of his thigh. This is when Jacob is wrestling with a... Well, it says actually in verse 24, Jacob was left alone and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. So Hosea says it's an angel.
What's
Genesis
this
says,
got to do with Michael?
we're getting there. Genesis says that it's a man. But look down at the bottom. Thou shalt no more, in verse 28, thou shalt no more be called Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince thou hast power with God and with men, and has prevailed. That's what it said in Hosea. And then you keep reading down the bottom. Verse 30, and Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face. So the Bible in one section calls...
Wait a minute. Wait. Let me get there.
Oh, there's plenty. There's like you can look it up 100 times that where God is called an
all
angel.
right, but first of all,
Yeah.
like I said to you before, does it say archangel there?
No, it says
That's-
angel.
that's the
That's
first-
even worse. It says angel.
All right. So to me, over the messenger and prevailed. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying, Doug.
The
Over
problem
the
is
messenger and
the
prevailed.
Bible specifically says that Jacob struggled with an angel, but it also says
but
that
that's-
same angel is God.
Yeah, but again, over the angel, the messenger.
Well, you
Yeah,
say
he-
it's a messenger, but I'm saying it's an angel.
The English language, we were one vote away from making it Greek. I don't know why they didn't make it Greek.
You know,
It should have been made Greek.
you know it's the greatest language in the whole world. You know it.
Listen. Angel is not what you're thinking. It's just messenger. Just simplify it. It's a messenger.
So can an angel be a messenger?
Yes,
Can Jesus be a messenger?
of course you can.
So
Yes.
what's the problem here?
You can be a messenger too. The problem is now you're putting a name to that messenger, and he's not that messenger that you're naming. That's the problem.
Come with me
The
to
problem is you're naming that messenger,
What-
and you're naming him Michael.
Yeah,
who
because
happens to be in the who Michael happens to be in the likeness like God.
Oh, we haven't
Like
finished yet.
God.
We haven't finished
Not
yet.
the-
Oh
Not
yeah,
the-
yeah. Good
not-
point.
Not the image.
Good point. Good point.
Not the image. Hold on. Not the image of God, like God.
Are you talking about the
Isn't Jesus? Hold on. Isn't Jesus the image of God, and Michael like God?
to me that's the same thing.
Who? No, it's not. The Greek language is not. It's not. It's completely
It's the
different.
same thing to me. Look,
Well,
Malachi
that's what happens with you. What happens with your language?
Malachi chapter 3, the Bible says, Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me, said the Lord. Whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. But who may abide the day of his coming, and who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's finer.
Really?
Eh?
Before you go to a verse, you've got to actually tell me where you're going.
I did. It says Malachi chapter 3. So here,
Oh,
in verse 1, and it goes down, it's obvious that it's talking about the Lord. It's talking about Jesus Christ, but he's called a messenger.
That's right.
Yeah, so
that.
I was putting that into perspective. So now I'm saying that I can't prove it to you exactly, but I'm saying that when the Bible says that Christ is an archangel, even when it says he's an angel, that's not saying that he's on the same rank as an angel. It's just saying that's what the Bible is calling him.
The problem is you're now debating the fact if Jesus is a messenger or not.
No, I'm not debating that. The Bible says it clearly.
I'm saying to you that he is a messenger, but his name is not Michael.
Well, we haven't.
I'm saying to you, there is a difference between the image of God, the exact image of God,
Yes.
and like God is not the same thing.
Well, are you talking about the definition of the word Michael?
Michael is like God, means like God. Doesn't mean image of God. So, and if you go there, who's Lucifer? What does Alan G. White say about Lucifer?
He's like he's like the next angel after Jesus.
He is exactly on the right hand side of God. Is a say the word? Sorry, the angel cherubim. Is that how you say it?
Cherubim, or yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, right. So he's on the right side. He's near God.
Yeah.
He's near God.
Right.
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 He's more ahead of all the other archangels. That's not. So he's actually more in front of them. He's more powerful. He's more powerful than them.
Okay. So let's.
How's that possible?
Okay, so like I'm saying, I'm not trying to prove. How's what possible?
How's that Lucifer is more powerful and more in charge than the other archangels? How's that possible?
Well, he's not. He's cast out of heaven. He's not even.
Yes, he is.
He's been cast out of heaven.
No, but yes, where he's sitting next to God, he's more powerful than the rest of the angels.
Oh yeah, before he was cast out of heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's that possible?
How's
he's
it
more
not
powerful
possible?
than the archangels.
What? Who said that he's more powerful than? Well, okay, so you say
because he's on the right. He's next to God. He's right next to God.
All right.
On one side, if you on one side is Lucifer.
Yeah.
On the other side is Gabriel.
What? Who says that? It's Michael, not Gabriel.
I've gone outside the book. I've gone outside the book.
Okay, let's just get back on a little bit.
I've gone to. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just get back. Let's just sum up what we've been through. So we've associated the voice of an archangel with the resurrection of the dead. We got the Michael the archangel in my understanding, resurrecting the body of Moses. We've got Jesus is the one whose voice resurrects the dead. We've got in what we read that where were we in? In Revelation chapter 12 that Michael and his angels. So he's the commander of all the angels who fought against Satan and his angels. In Revelation chapter 12.
No, he's not a commander of all the angels. He's a commander of a certain amount of angels. Yeah.
Well, the angels that were fighting.
The
The angels that were fighting against Satan. The army that was fighting against Satan. There was two armies: Satan's army and Michael's army. They had a fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Why would Jesus need an army to fight against the devil? Why would he need an army? Why?
Because he has to have a form and an existence. This is.
Why would he need anyone? Why he created it all. So why would he need anyone? Right? To fight with him.
All right. This I don't know if this is just my inference. I'm not going to say speculation. It's my inference that before he came to earth, Jesus Christ took the form of an angel. Before he became a man, he was the form of in the form of that, so that angels could talk to him, they could see him. They couldn't talk to God or see God. God is all glory. No one can see God.
There you go. All right.
So I'm saying that Jesus took a form in order for the angels to see him and understand God. He had to take some sort of form.
We don't know if they can't speak to God. Does it say that anyway? The angels can't speak to God. Is that what you're saying? Man can't speak to God. Yeah, that's different. But not angels.
Okay, I can see. I'll concede on that. I don't know that for sure, but that's just my understanding. So what I was trying to say is that Jesus is the form of God's mind. So God.
Yes. I agree.
It's a way so people can understand
But
him.
the archangels are in the likeness. They're like. That's why I say like in the likeness of the same sort of spirit of the archangels are in the same sort of spirit as Jesus. I agree. That's why Michael seems to be. That's why for your doctrine, it seems that Michael seems to be in the same sort of character as Jesus, because he's in that sort of same.
Right?
thing,
Yeah, I
but
get
he's
it.
not.
I get it. But that's just our different perspective, our opposing view. That my view is that he's the head of the archangels. He's the archangels, but he's the head of the archangels and all the angels. And your view is that Michael's not God at all. Now I just want to take you now to Daniel chapter 12.
Oh, here we go.
Daniel chapter 12. So it's not
Daniel 12. Yeah, got it.
No, you're faster than me. Let me catch up. Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. So it's my understanding that when the Bible talks about someone standing up, it means come to power. As you can see that all through, like the book of Daniel is full of it.
Yeah.
So standing up means coming to power. So I'll just to prove that. In Daniel chapter 11 verse 2, it says, "And
I've got it right here. Yeah.
And now will I show thee the truth. Behold, there shall stand up yet 3 kings in Persia." So stand up is synonymous with coming to rule, coming to power, to rule. So Michael is a ruler, and he's not just any ruler. He's a great prince, the great prince, and we know.
When is he standing up? When is he standing up?
Well, it follows on from Daniel chapter 11:45.
Yeah.
After.
When is he standing up?
After.
And it shall be a time of trouble.
Yeah.
Such as never ever since the nation, even at the same time, at the time that people shall be delivered, the one that shall be found written in the book. So, like I said to you before, Michael is like Jesus. He is not Jesus. He has understanding and the same ideas, thoughts as Jesus. So, and as a general, generals are there's one general in charge of Victoria, one general in charge of New South Wales.
But does the general become king?
He's not. He's prince. He's not a king. But he's a prince. It doesn't say he's a king.
But ruling to rule, you have to be a king.
That's right. He's not. He's a prince, but he's not a king.
Well, prince and king are synonymous. You know, Jesus is the Prince of Peace. He's saying.
William Charles might never be king. He might. William might.
Yeah, that's in human terms. That's in human terms. But you do know that Jesus is a prince, right? You do know that Jesus is a prince, right?
Huh?
You know that Jesus is a prince.
He's both. He's both.
Yes, he's a prince and he's the King of Kings.
But it doesn't necessarily mean in this term here that the possibility of him being that great prince, which threatens, he happens to be the prince of that area. It doesn't say the prince of the world.
Okay, so you're making
it prince of the world.
So you're saying it's like literal, so that Michael, so there will become a ruler in that area.
He is in charge. God is putting him in charge. Jesus is putting him in charge of that area. Yes. Well, no, you can't. With that verse that you're reading, you can't prove that he. It doesn't say the world.
Well, it says that he's a king.
Your people. Listen. Stand up, the great prince, which for your children of thou people, your people. Who's they? Your people.
God's people. The children of God's people.
And who else is their people? Who else is in their people? Jesus is Jesus. Don't those people belong to Jesus?
Yeah, they all belong to Jesus.
Oh well, thou people.
Huh?
So who see? It says thou people. So Michael could be talking about Jesus' people.
It is talking about Jesus' people. Because it's Michael.
Yeah, but
Michael's
people.
Jesus. It's his people.
No.
All right. Anyway,
people.
That's my view. That's my view. I'm not saying you have to believe it. I'm not trying to prove it to you. I'm just saying when I read all these scriptures, I get the idea that there's Jesus.
Yeah, you got idea.
I got the idea that that Michael resurrects Moses, that he raises the dead at Christ's second coming, that he stands up and he becomes king, ruler, just before the plagues are poured out. But
you're adding all this stuff. You're adding all this stuff in there.
No, I'm not.
You're adding stuff that's not. What does it say? Go say it again. Say it again.
That Michael becomes the king before the plagues are poured out. And I say that because when it says there shall be a time of trouble such as never since it was a nation, I'm saying that's the 7 last plagues being poured out. Because it says
he's gonna stand up.
Yeah, he's going to become king.
Stand up.
Become king.
And protect God's people.
Yeah, he shall deliver his people. His people, Michael's people, his people.
So
from the 7 last plagues.
One of the generals is going to stand up. So what?
Become king. Yeah.
You're not getting anywhere still.
All right, I'm not trying to prove it to you. I'm just saying that
nowhere in the Bible.
I know there's nowhere in the Bible.
Nowhere in the Bible.
I know, but look at this. We're not finished yet. We're not. We're not finished with Daniel chapter 12, verse 2. Many of them.
In the Bible does it say. Nowhere in the Bible.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. So here we come back to the resurrection again. So it's always associated with.
Who's right? Does it say? Does it tell you who rises them? Does it tell you that Michael's rising them?
Not in this verse, no.
Oh, there you go.
But I'm just saying there's an association here between Michael and resurrection. It happened.
Wait a minute. There's how many? Let's take it down. Take a little bit to the sort of thing. How many books is there? How many words is in the Bible? How many?
66 for some reason. I don't know why, but there's 66 books.
There was more, but they taken the Catholic Church and the rest of the churches took some out. But anyway,
no, the Catholic Church put them in. The Protestants took them out.
Oh, whatever happened. All right. How many words is there? How many thousands?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Tens of thousands. Yeah.
Out of all those words, if God wanted us to know who Michael was, he would have mentioned it.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
He would have made it. He would have made it plain and clear, like he's done the whole. There is stuff in here in the Bible that are small stories that have very little to do with anything.
Do you know that God doesn't just write everything out in plain language because the Bible will be huge. But what he does, he hides it. Within the text. So you have to dig deep. You have to study. You have to search hard to understand the truth.
If you want, this is you're saying.
All right, show me.
Michael, hold on. You're saying this. Michael being Jesus is not important. That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have to search and study the scriptures.
He's telling us. Hold on. He's telling us when he's going to come back. He's telling us what's going to happen.
Hey,
he's telling us
in the New Testament, where does it say keep the Sabbath?
The flood. It's telling us.
Where in the New Testament, where does it say keep the Sabbath?
Hold on. The old apostles kept the Sabbath.
Yeah, but where does it say you today, Taz?
After Jesus died.
Yeah, I know, but where does it say that you today have to keep the Sabbath? Plainly.
Because in Matthew, doesn't it say... Oh, now you're going to make me go to Matthew. What verse was it in Matthew?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Yeah, of course you know.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that it's we can't arrive at that conclusion. I'm just saying that just because it's not explicitly stated doesn't mean to say that you can't draw any conclusion.
Wait a minute. I can't remember what verse or what chapter it is now.
Did we finish all the Michael texts, or there's some more? Oh, I know another one. I know another one.
One comma. How do you spell comma? Hold on. This is the Greek language. Anything you say, you spell it. That's how you spell it. The English language.
Yeah, but that's only because you got like 30 words in the whole language.
Hold on. Somewhere, and you should know better than me because you wrote a whole book about keeping memory of the Bible, how to memorize the Bible. Doesn't it say somewhere that not one dot, not one comma will be taken away from the... what chapter was that?
Matthew 5, verse 17, I think.
So if you said, I've not come here to destroy the law or the prophets. I'm not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
So there it does tell you.
But it doesn't say Sabbath. It doesn't say Sabbath.
Whoever, verse 19, whoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments is what number is commandment 4?
Yeah, but it doesn't say the 10 Commandments, and it doesn't say Sabbath.
Well, how many commandments is there?
Yeah, I'm totally agreeing with you.
50.
I totally agree with you, but I'm just trying to get across the point. You can draw a conclusion that's not explicitly stated in the text. Anyway,
these commandments.
Anyway, I understand what you're saying, and I believe it 100%. That's a good reason to keep the Sabbath. I'm just saying it doesn't say Sabbath. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's go to.
It does. Not one comma, nothing will be taken away. It does tell you.
Yeah, but it doesn't say Sabbath. It doesn't explicitly say Sabbath. That's what I'm trying to point out. Just like Michael doesn't explicitly say Jesus, you can draw a conclusion.
You know what?
Even though it doesn't specifically say it.
It does here.
Nowhere in the New Testament does God say you have to keep the 10 Commandments. Sorry, it does. You have to keep the Sabbath.
I have not come to destroy the law. Which law? Hello?
I know. God's law. But that doesn't say... I'm trying to say it doesn't specifically say Sabbath. I get your point. I'm just making my own, okay? We got the full points.
You've got 10 laws. There's 10 laws.
I know. Okay. I get your point. I hope you get mine. Daniel chapter 10. I think this is the last one.
It does make a lot of difference there. Go on.
Daniel chapter 10. Daniel chapter 10.
Go.
And verse 13, the most controversial verse of them all.
Oh, here we go. One of the chief princes.
See?
One of the chief princes.
See? But the prince of the kingdom of Persia, withstood me 21 days. This is Gabriel speaking. But lo, Michael, the first of the chief princes, came to help me.
Wait a minute, the first of the... Which, are you doing King James Version or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, which version are you doing now all of a sudden? wait.
If you look in the margin, If you look in the margin, do you have a marginal reading?
No. Which?
This is the King James.
First of all,
This is the King
it
James.
says first. It says one. In Greek, it says one. Let me just tell you.
This is written in. I think this is written in Aramaic, not Greek.
Yeah, but it got what was the first language it got translated in?
Aramaic.
Hello.
Into
Yeah,
Hebrew.
sure. What language did it get translated first into? All right. Now, listen. It says one of the chief princes. All right.
That's what you say. But if you look in the margin of your King James Bible, it'll say under verse 13, or, you know what or means? You can use either of them, or the first. So my point
Of course
from
you
this,
can do. Of course you do that because it suits you.
of
It's
course,
one
I'm,
of the chief princes.
I'm just saying that it doesn't, every
One
word,
of the generals.
yeah, one of the commanders, the first of the commanders,
I
number one.
Originally, I wish this was written in Greek. I would have solved this problem in 2 seconds.
But what I'm trying to say here, Jesus is a prince, but there are other princes. Jesus is the chief prince, but there are other chief princes, but he is the first, or the head, or the ark, the number one, the head of them.
It says one. It says one. It can't. They chose a word.
Yeah, but you're reading the English. You're just reading. I thought you said it's. I thought you always like to go back to the original.
I did, go. You want me to read it in Greek to you?
No, I want you to read it to me in Hebrew.
Because it says one in Greek. One of the
But that's a
chief
translation. That's just the
Right.
same as reading it in English. That's just a translation.
princes.
The word-
I'm just telling you.
the Hebrew
before
word
English,
can
before
mean-
English was Greek. Before the English was Greek.
The Hebrew word can mean either one or the first.
Listen, before English was Greek. I had to
Doesn't
tell you
matter.
that.
Before that was Hebrew or Aramaic. I don't know which one was which.
And over 50% of the English language is Greek.
Yeah, that's all right. That's
Not
all right.
that-
All I'm trying to say is that there's more than one meaning of a word, and you're just sticking to one because it suits your.
Because that's the one they picked. That's what the translators picked.
Yeah, that's
So
what they
obviously,
picked. But
they've got, so if the King James version is the most, say the word, sorry, the most accurate.
Yeah.
The English version.
do you know why they
then
have
shouldn't
marginal
we go-
readings? Do you know why they have marginal readings? Where the marginal readings came from? When they were translating the King James Bible, if the translators didn't completely agree on what should be the specific word.
The majority.
Let me finish.
But
Let
this
me
is-
finish. Let me
This
say
was
this.
guided by God.
Let me
Wasn't
say
the
this.
Bible guided by God?
Yes.
Wasn't God?
Yes.
Didn't God? Thank you.
Now let me finish. Let me
Thank you.
finish my
And-
point. Let me finish my point. Look, when the translators, you know how they had all committees, and each committee was in charge of translating a portion of scripture, and when that committee was not unanimous on the translation, they put two translations. They put the one in the text and an alternate reading in the margin. So both translations are both from the King James translators. One is the King James translators, and the first is the King James translators also. But they didn't know which one they couldn't agree on 100% unanimously which one is correct, so they put both of them in the Bible. One of them's in the margin, one of them's in the text.
All right. Let me explain to you something. Let me go to. Can you get to SD 295.5?
Are you Seventh Day Adventist? I didn't know that.
I'm not.
You're quoting a lot of
Go
Ellen
there.
White.
I am actually
Oh, okay.
a Seventh Day Adventist.
Okay, good that you believe in
I
the
am.
prophet. I hope you follow all her writings.
No. A Seventh Day Adventist means that I believe in the seventh day.
Okay.
I'm a Sabbath believer.
So what's the reference?
Doesn't mean necessarily-
SD what?
SD 295.5. And the angels and the archangels wonder at the great plan of redemption. They admire the love, the Father and the Son as they behold the mercy and love of God.
Yeah, I agree.
So all the archangels, there's a perfect opportunity for Ellen G. White to write Father and Michael.
But he's not
why
Michael
is
anymore.
separated-
He's not in the form of
Why-
an angel anymore. So why would they call him Michael?
why?
He's the Son of God. He's the King of heaven.
Now he changes forms. So it transforms from an angel to the Son.
No, to the man.
From the
man. From the angel to man.
So it transforms into a messenger, because that's what it is. See, that's what you're doing. You're using the angel as... You've seen too many of these movies, too many of these flying movies with those wings, and you think that's what an angel is.
It is. It says the Ark of the Covenant, it says they have wings. They've got wings.
All right. Listen, they're messengers.
They're beings.
Messengers.
They're beings created by God. Certain beings.
That's right.
A type of being.
Well, so you're telling me now that God created Jesus.
No, I'm saying that Jesus took the form of a created being.
There's a website you should go to.
What?
www.jdw. What's it? How's it go? I can't remember the
whatever.
website.
It's probably your homepage on your browser. JW.org.
Yeah. Didn't you come out of them?
No, they came out of us.
Yeah, that's what you say.
No, it's history. Like the Adventists set the date that Jesus was going to come in 1844. It didn't happen. So they said, what happened? The Adventists said we made a problem with the interpretation of the sanctuary.
Who set the date?
The Adventists, originally.
So you set the date?
Yeah, Adventists.
You set it.
Well, I wasn't alive then. I wasn't alive then.
No, go on.
Adventists set the date, and then when it didn't happen in 1844, they said, we made a mistake with the interpretation of the sanctuary. And it's not Jesus coming to the earth, it's Jesus going to the holy place, the most holy place in the heavenly sanctuary. That Jehovah's Witness says, no, we don't believe that. We want to set another date for Jesus to come. So they said 1875, and then 1915, and then 1965. They kept setting dates for Jesus to return.
Yeah.
And the Adventist says, no, we were wrong once. We were wrong to set the date. We did it wrong. We're not going to do that again. The JW said, no, we're still going to predict Jesus coming in another date. So that's when the separation occurred.
All right. Well, but it's influence from people within the same movement seems to have carried on.
Well, if you look at the JW's beliefs, they believe in the state of the dead like we do. I'm not sure exactly.
Influence.
But they also went sideways on things like Jesus is created. They went sideways on Jesus was created. They went sideways on the Sabbath. They went sideways on the advent of Christ, the heavenly sanctuary, all that. So, yeah, we came from the same place, but they went sideways.
I don't know what. All I know is the only thing I know is that they think that Jesus was made.
Jesus was what?
Basically, that's what
was made. They do.
According to them, it was made.
Yeah, that's true.
Look, at the end of the day, there is thousands and thousands of words in the Bible. There's nowhere in the Bible that doesn't say that Michael is Jesus clearly enough for you to have a leg to stand on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. From the very start, I wasn't saying that I'm going to try to prove
outside the Bible. Outside the Bible, it's very clear who Michael is. In the
outside
book of
the
Enoch,
Bible, yeah, in the Catholic writings.
No, Enoch, the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch is not a Catholic book.
Of course it is.
The book of Enoch was taken out by the Catholics.
They put it in.
They took it out.
The Apocrypha originated with the Catholic Bible.
It was in there with the King James version, and they took it out. They also took out a couple other ones too.
What?
But that's not the point.
Like the Gospel of Thomas, or the Gospel of Judas, maybe.
In the book of Enoch, it clearly states who Michael is. Is one of the 7 archangels. Well,
you can quote all the man's words you want, but all we have here is the Bible.
So that's why
sorry, we didn't do one more verse. I missed a verse.
We're finished.
One more verse.
We're just talking now.
Wait, one more verse.
Oh,
I thought we finished as well, but there was one more. I didn't see it. Daniel chapter 10.
I won the conversation.
Daniel chapter 10, verse 21.
Yeah.
Daniel chapter 10,
Yeah, no,
verse
I
21.
saw thee, which was not in the scripture of truth, and there was none that holds of me in these things. But Michael, your prince. So what? It still doesn't.
So you're saying Jesus didn't know what those
Listen,
things Gabriel was talking
listen,
about?
listen. Wait a minute. Let me tell you something.
Are you saying Jesus didn't know that?
What do you mean?
Well, Gabriel here is
He's
speaking,
saying.
and he says,
Yeah.
I will show thee that which is noted in the scripture of truth, and there is none that holdeth with me these things but Michael your prince. So only Gabriel and Michael knew what he's going to show him out of the scriptures. Now, if Michael is an angel and not Christ, that means Jesus didn't know. Because Gabriel's saying only me and Michael know. But I'm saying Jesus did know.
They know everything. He's just mentioning because Michael is their prince. It's, look, throughout history, didn't Greece have a demon over it? Didn't Persia have a demon over it?
Was that from the book of Enoch or something?
They just like God, the devil has his own commanders, generals.
Right.
He mimics God.
Yeah. And he wants to take the
Right.
place of Jesus
So-
Christ. So Satan sets himself up as the
Right.
commander of his army because he wants to
Exactly.
mimic the Michael's army, where Jesus is the ruler.
He's not the commander. He's the king.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Okay.
Hello.
Now, I'm just going back to my original
He's got
position.
his generals. He's got his generals.
I'm just going back to my original position that I can't prove I can't prove to you without a doubt that Michael is Jesus from the Bible. So I don't think I'm not trying to say that you have to believe what I believe, but I can believe it.
I don't.
I can believe it if I want to believe it, and I'll show you why. Apart from all these things about the resurrection, about the king of the armies, about coming to rule, coming to power, all these things, knowing everything, it comes back to what we believe about Ellen White. So
That's why. That's the only reason.
this,
you've got,
yeah,
that's the only reason
exactly,
you have.
exactly. If I didn't have the writings of Ellen White, then I wouldn't know 100% about what position I should take. But let me read to you from Mount of Blessing 126. Sorry, not that. No. So that's wrong. That's wrong. That's the wrong quote.
Where are we going? I'll go
MB.
to Ellen G. White.
Yeah, we're going to Ellen G. White. Wait, you got Ellen G. White writings?
Yeah, right in front of me.
Okay, EW 164.2.
EW
164.164.
6 oh, 1
164.2.
4. Wait.
And it starts with Moses passed through death.
0.2.
164.2. Moses passed through death.
I don't know why it doesn't go anywhere. It's not going anywhere for some reason.
I'll just read it.
Anyway, go on. Go.
Moses passed through death, but Michael came down and gave him life before his body had seen corruption. Satan tried to hold the body, claiming it as his, but Michael resurrected Moses and took him to heaven. Satan railed bitterly against God, denouncing him as unjust and permitting his prey to be taken from him. But Christ did not rebuke his adversary, though it was through his temptation that the servant of God had fallen. He meekly referred him to his Father, saying, "The Lord rebuke thee." So it's clear from Ellen White that Michael is Jesus, and Michael raised Moses from the dead. And
we have to wait and see if she was
right. So all I'm saying, I get it. Now, just let me reiterate. I'm saying from the Bible, I can't prove 100% that Jesus is Michael, but from the writings of Spirit of Prophecy, we can know 100% for sure. So it depends on where your beliefs lie. If you believe in prophets,
I'll tell you where my beliefs
good.
lie.
If you don't believe in
I'll tell you
prophets,
what,
well, that's up to you.
No. Hold on. Now, I don't see Ellen G. White in the Bible.
Like Sabbath. You don't see Sabbath in the New Testament either. The commandment to keep the Sabbath.
No, I did see it there. It's clear.
Yeah, and it's also clear in the Bible. It says, despise not prophesying.
Yeah, but But I don't see her name there.
Yeah, you don't see the name of the Sabbath explicitly spelled out that you should keep it in the New Testament.
There's a group of 10 laws. All right.
Yeah, there's a group of prophets.
Your doctrine said that she's the last prophet.
I didn't say that. Who said that?
She's the last prophet.
Who said that? Nah.
You say that.
No, we don't.
The last prophet.
Nah, no one says
The
that.
last prophet. That's what you say.
Nah.
The last prophet in this century.
Whoever said that, I don't know who said that, but that's not true.
Huh?
No, the gift
Oh,
of prophecy is in God's church.
She was alive 100 years ago, but yeah, last prophet. But anyway, listen.
I don't know if she's the last prophet. There might be churches today that have the Spirit of God resting upon them where the members can prophesy.
Right.
The Bible talks a lot about prophesying. We can't despise prophecy.
On my end, I have to see if she's the last. She's a prophet.
All right.
The Sunday law hasn't come into effect yet.
But it is in the books. It has actually come into effect.
It came effect in Melbourne years ago, and it lasted not even a couple.
Yeah, and
weeks,
at the turn of the century of the 20th century as well, that's when they were implemented, and people were fined, even killed for breaking the Sunday Sabbath.
But still, that's not the last. That's not the last days. So you're just saying that the last days will be the Sunday law. You're saying that is the mark.
Well, I think we've been in the last days for a long time.
Now, I think we're in the last century, but that's about it. I think we've just walked into the last power, personally.
Yeah.
It's very clear that we're in the last power.
All right.
But
anyway, let's wrap up. Let's wrap up our debate. We've both given our views, our perspectives. Do you want to? I'll give you the chance to have the final word, and we'll end it on that.
I'll say that this, for my first time talking about these subjects, I find that I hope I did okay.
You did well, brother. You did very well.
I hope I improve. And for the next one, that I would want to talk about maybe the feasts.
Yeah, let's do the feast days next. Excellent. Good choice. Good choice. Anyway, thank you, brother.
They're laws too.
Thank you, Tasman, for joining us.
They're not part of the doctrine.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the debate. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time. Tasman's going to be back again. We're going to debate the